Welcome back folks to our channel, Shaki and Springy. I hope you all had a good Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all. This is our new, how would you say it? Our new monitor, I suppose. Pretty simple enough to say that. Yeah, our new gaming monitor that we just arrived in the post, got it from Littlewoods on that buy now pay later scheme, which is kind of handy actually. But the reason why I got this, we already have a monitor, but I wanted to get a new monitor, a bigger one, 1440p resolution was what I was going for, plus 144 Hertz, which is ideal for what I was looking for. I have a 1080p monitor, which is 144 Hertz, but I just want to go a little bit bigger. It's 24 inch, this is a 27 inch, just a little bit bigger, plus it's curved. Very excited that this has arrived. Hopefully everything will be fine with it, because I was looking online, there's a main issue on this monitor which has got to do with color banding. Now, I've seen a lot of Reddit posts saying that people have experienced this color banding, and one person said that their solution was to update the firmware, which is updated to the latest, which I think is 13. But the only problem with that is, if you want to update your firmware, you got to send it back to MSI and they do it for you. You can't do it yourself. So anyway, let's fingers crossed that it will be the latest version 13, not 7 or 11 or anything below that. So anyway, let me get ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and open it after all that jibber jabber. So yeah, like I said, this is going to be a new addition to our new PC build. This I'm going to be building. I built 3 game PCs already, and I love it. I love the idea of, you know, getting all the parts and putting them all together and everything working at the end of the day. But
it's
also
exciting.
it's a nice, it's a nice little kind of hobby also, but it can be expensive too.
Okay.
But so yeah, the game PC I'm going to build is going to be a Ryzen 7 3700X processor build with a RTX 2070 Super. I was debating between the AMD 5700 XT or the Nvidia RTX 2070 Super, but for me personally, I had AMD graphics card before, and I know the drivers, there's always some kind of issues with the drivers, so I said I'd go with a sure thing like Nvidia, and a little bit more expensive, but I think it's going to be better in the long run. But anyway, like I said, let's get on with the unboxing here. This is, like I said, a 27 inch curved monitor. No, I should be okay.
Okay. So what is the difference with the colors? Why the colors are? What's the issue with the colors?
Well, it's called color banding, and what happens is you might recognize them more on darker scenes. I think it's kind of like, I've seen examples online. It's kind of like a blurry outline, or you know, the colors don't. I don't know exactly what's the technical way to describe it. But
a technical
way to describe it, but it doesn't look good in it. I've seen pictures of it. So for this monitor cost, what did it cost? It was 490 euro, nearly 500 euro, which is a big jump from our last monitor. Our last monitor was, I think it was 250, half the price. But like I said, last monitor was 1080p. This is 1440p, and 27 inch, so 3 inches bigger than the last one. Still the same hertz, 144 hertz, and yeah. Oh yeah, it has FreeSync as well actually, and even though I have a GTX 1080, the FreeSync, because Nvidia now allows Nvidia GTX cards, I think 1080 series or 10 series and higher, I think, to work with to work with FreeSync, the AMD FreeSync. So I should be able to make use of that, even though I have an Nvidia graphics card. Let's move this box out of the way. Well, anyway, if anyone wants to know the model of it, which would be kind of handy, I suppose, I'm sure we'll have it in the description. Can you see that there?
Yeah.
It's a MSI Optex, was it MAG?
MAG 271 CQR.
Yeah. So, this is, I haven't unboxed a monitor in a long time. This is obviously the stand. Just the components for the actual stand. I'll show you in a second. Move the glasses really all the way here. Just for a moment. Power cable and what is that? USB to smaller type. It's like a printer.
Cable.
Sorry.
From the box is a box, no, the plastic bag.
I got a plastic bag, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's like a printer cable. I don't know. It sounds stupid, but it must. So it's like a USB type. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But look, I'm going to be using DisplayPort cables, and actually I think I'll get scissors. One second, folks. Scissors and cut that there. Right. Yeah. I was wondering for a second, where is this monitor? I was like, my God.
Disappears.
So it just slid or nearly fell back.
Oh.
I have no worry. So this is it here. It's curved, which I kind of like. Curved TVs I wouldn't be a fan of, but I think a curved monitor gives a better sense of immersion. The fact that you're so close to it. Not like a TV, but each their own, I suppose. But yeah. So this is it here. So I can get over that packaging. Yeah. This is the baby here.
Ta-da! It's heavy?
Resistance. Yeah, it's a nice bit of weight to it. Yeah. I wouldn't call it light, but yeah, 27 inch. And there's any plastic on the screen. Doesn't look like there's actually any cover over it, which is kind of strange, isn't it? So yeah, like I said, what I'm going to do next, put a stand on it, take away the old monitor, plug in this one, and check the firmware. Hopefully it will be version 13. If it's not, you know, I'll turn it on and play some videos on it and see do I get that color banding effect that so a lot of people are saying happens with this particular model. Fingers crossed I don't. If I do, just have to send it back to MSI and get a firmware update. I still have another monitor anyway that keeps me going for the time being, but fingers crossed that won't be the case.
Yeah, perfect.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and hit that notification button, please. Thanks very much. Okay, so these are the two parts for the stand. The first part just, I don't know if you want to, it clips in here.
I can make a zoom there. Yeah.
And two screws go into that. In a second. And this just goes to the bottom. It's actually very easy, just twist it. And I, for some reason, thought that the stand was going to be plastic. Because I thought I saw someone in one of the reviews of this monitor saying that it was a plastic stand. But it's actually steel. Or actually some of it is steel, not like the actual legs are steel or metal, you know, but yeah, this is definitely some type of plastic, alright. This is actually steel, which is, yeah, better not being plastic.
So that slides to give it more height or
This
one?
Yeah, you can adjust the height, and it has a height adjustment and it has tilt. That's it.
Okay.
You don't have swivel and what else? Yeah, there's another type of adjustment I can't do. But yep. So
Perfect.
once I have this plugged in, I'll show you what it looks like.
Perfect.
Cheers. So I forgot to mention one thing. Let me just move this a little bit here. Okay. There's actually RGB. Whoever's in, if you're into that RGB lighting, you will be happy to know that it's a little bit of RGB on the back of the monitor. But yeah, it's only a small little strip here, but you obviously can't see it because I haven't lit it up, I haven't turned it on yet. But I think it's kind of pointless in one way because it all depends on where your desktop and your monitor are going to be positioned, so up against the wall or somewhere else. But personally, I think it's kind of a waste. But anyway, that's just my opinion.
But I think sometimes some people like to have the color background. Probably the light is
No, but
shining.
I'm saying, what I mean by that is that if you have it against the window, or depends where it's positioned. What I'm trying to say, that you might get the benefit of the light more than if you had it against the wall, or you know. Right. So I'm going to show you the lights at the back of the monitor. So it's just a kind of strip. It's hard to see, I suppose, when the lights are low, but yeah, it's I think it's kind of a waste of a feature really on a monitor, because who's going to see? Your neighbors. Not you.
Well, unless that they have the monitor in the wall and they like to see the shining of the wall.
I set up the monitor and I have the Witcher 3 on, and I have changed the resolution to 1440p. Previously I had 1080p, and as you can see, I hope you can see, it looks pretty clear. My graphics card is actually starting to give a bit of coil whine, which isn't nice, but what can you do? Cross one job. But yeah, it looks good. Obviously, when you're up in the resolution from, let's say, from 1080p to 1440 or 4K, your graphics card is going to be tested more. You're not going to get the same amount of frames per second. But I'm hitting roughly 50 to 60 frames, and it's pretty much on the high, I think. Let's just go in here and show you. Where's video, graphics? So it was pretty much, actually no, I was on ultra. I forgot that I could turn it down to high. Hairworks preset is high. Yeah, no, I'll turn that down actually. Put that on high. I should get increased in frames. Usually Hairworks is an awful drain on the graphics card. So yeah, I think I'd be fine with it. And I did check the firmware. Oh, here, do you want to quit? No, I don't want to quit. Yeah, 94 now. I did check the firmware. There's a little joystick at the back of this monitor, and if it says down here, can you see that?
Okay.
It says FW for firmware 13, which is what I was hoping it was going to be. So hopefully I won't see any color banding. I did notice, unfortunately, I did notice some ghosting. So when the screen is completely black. So how did we find that the last time? If we were loading something, let's say if we got a black screen. All right, let me just come out with this for a second. Need the blacks. Yeah, even I suppose that screen there you could see there's ghosting up here. I don't know if you can see that. Just on the edges. Like, no, that's actually, I forgot to say, that was another issue that people were saying. Yeah, you can actually see it's pretty. But everyone's different. I would gladly take a little bit of ghosting than color banding. From what I've seen, the color banding on pictures on Reddit forums, it didn't look good for darker scenes. Just the way the blurriness was there. I don't know. But personally, I would rather that than color banding. This ghosting isn't. I wouldn't mind it too much. It wouldn't bother me. I'm happy. I'm very happy actually. This monitor is it's very nice, very clear. Obviously, because you're up in the resolutions, and the curve. I've seen so many people say that you feel more immersed, and they're right. It is something about it. It just feels better. Not better, but just it feels like it's more immersive. Yeah, I know I've said that word already, but that is how it feels like. Anyway,
Good.
let me just turn on the light and show you what it's like. But like I said, it goes up this height, which is, let me just see how high that is. About 7 inches, so roughly around 18 centimeters. And it comes down to, yeah, that's pretty low actually. It goes as low as, what is that? Oh, 2 inches. So that would be roughly 5 centimeters. And also it doesn't swivel, can't swivel or not swivel. And you can't, what was the other one? But the other one, you can pivot it. So you can pivot like that.